Hey everyone, before we get into this week's episode, I'm in the process of editing and I just realized that I forgot to let you guys know I'm recording on a brand new microphone, so I hope it delivers better audio and I hope it just gives you guys a better overall product, more enjoyable, easier to listen. And, you know, I'm sorry if there's any background noise. I am watching Halloween right now. That's my favorite movie of all time, so please ignore that. I am sorry, but I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Love you guys. We'll talk to you in a little bit. All right, bye. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Coffee with Chase. Now, I'd like to thank you guys for joining me for another episode. And, I just want to, put this out there. I really appreciate all the feedback from last week's episode. I mean, it was gratefully appreciated, and I was very taken back by all the support and all the love I received, because when I was recording and editing the episode, I didn't really think it was going to be good or come across as well enough. And that's just me. Like, I'm very critical of myself. I always think the worst, and people aren't going to enjoy it, but I can't harp on that. I got to put out what means a lot to me, and what's very special to me, and just no, I did my absolute best. And I received a lot of love and support and just people reaching out in general afterwards, and I can't thank them enough for that, because that was so overwhelming at the same time. Because my whole goal in life is just to help others deal with their demons, because ever since I could remember when I was young dealing with this stuff, I'm like, I don't like being this way. I don't like others feeling this way. And from that moment on, I immediately knew that this is something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to help others just deal with their stuff. You'll help them find a better mental, healthy, headspace. And just help them get through things, get through the moment. Just let them know everything was gonna be okay. But before we get started and get into the story time, I just want to let you guys know I am recording this on a Friday night. I usually record on Saturday morning, enjoying my cup of coffee, as the show is entitled Coffee with Chase. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm enjoying a little glass of Pink Whitney with some sparkling water in it. So big shout out to the boys at Spittin' Chicklets, Ryan Whitney, the Wit Dog, RA, and Biz Nasty. Amazing product, guys. I love it. Keep it up. But getting into this week's episode, I want to tell you guys about something that happened last weekend. For the first time in a while, I was able to spend time with my group of buddies from high school, my football friends, football buddies. And, I was very excited because I was so happy just to be able to spend time with them and catch up. And, driving to the party, I was so happy, I was so giddy, so, just overall excited. My girlfriend can attest to this because I was driving. And when we pulled into my friend's driveway, I got, this overwhelming emotion of anxiety, because I was nervous for some forsaken reason. Sorry about that, guys. Had to clear my throat. But I was overcome with emotion, and just my anxiety built up so quickly. And the minute I stepped out of my car door, that immediately flushed out of my system. And I was surprised because they were all just welcoming and supportive, and I'm like, like, oh my God, like, how long has it been since we've, like, seen each other? I didn't really say that, but, like, I was thinking that in my mind. And it seemed like they answered my question right away because they reminded me very swiftly that it's been 4 years since we've seen each other. And I was like, holy shit, like 4 years? I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, like, it has been 4 years. I'm like, it literally just felt like yesterday we were hanging out with each other, at each other's parents' houses and, just playing video games and whatnot. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I couldn't believe it. And just being able to catch up and talk about life and enjoy each other's company was the best part because we were able to dive into, all topics about life, about, what's going on, and, finally being able to talk about mental health with each other is such a amazing feeling, to say the least, because these people, I thought, never dealt with that stuff. And, just always being in that state of mind, like, these are football players. They are strong willed, happy, outgoing, all that other stuff that goes with that. And, I was wrong, to say the least. Like, even the strongest people suffer with their demons, but they hide it the best. And I was just like, I am so sorry. Like, I didn't know, all this stuff was going on, but, I just thank them for opening up with me, telling me about what they deal with, and, just being able to help each other with those situations brought an overwhelming feeling. But, it just felt great because we were not using our phones. And that's the best thing ever. And I can't stress this enough. When you don't use your phones, it helps you build a better connection, a better person-to-person connection, and a better, overall feeling, if that makes sense. But, we were able to, dive into conversations, get a better understanding of where we're at, where we're at in life, how's life going and all that certain stuff. But it just, it's better to build a connection in person rather than through computer screens or phone screens, because when you're in person, you can truly feel emotions. You're not, suffocated by the screen. You can tell the context of what they're saying. And, with a person that suffers from, anxiety and depression, knowing the context of, how someone is talking is very key, because, if someone puts, I mean, I don't know if this is what other people are like, but when someone puts a period at the end of a sentence, or, I don't know, like, you can't, like, you think they're mad, you can't tell if they're happy, it's like, you can never tell if someone's mad at you or someone's happy or someone's, all that stuff. And I don't really know if that makes sense, so please excuse me. I was just trying to think of the words to go with that. But, we were able to just talk about life, talk about football stories and practices. And we were talking about this one story. And, I hope I remember it correctly. And to my friend that the story's about, if you're listening to this, we love you. But we had to talk about this story. So this story brings us to senior year of high school, our homecoming football game, and to the people that go to my house, that went to my high school, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, they don't know the story I'm about to tell, but they know, like, the excitement and, build up surrounding this certain event. Okay, so leading up to it, there's what we call Spirit Week at the high school, where certain days are dedicated to certain, themes. Monday could be costume day. Tuesday could be class day, and Wednesday could be, dress down day, or, however you put it. But every day has a certain special thing to it, or theme to it. And the main corridor of our high school is decked out in, streamers, posters, um, red and blue, because that's our school color. And, just celebrating the team, celebrating all other sports, because all other sports play this certain team and go through, the homecoming game. And, I believe the game was on Friday night. And, it was just this overwhelming feeling of, we're gonna kick their ass, and we're gonna win this game, we're gonna dominate. Like football always do it. Ooh, we're gonna do this. But so we were about to go out into the field. Tension was building. We eventually get out to the field. We were stretching out, and then it was time for the seniors to get their name called and run out onto the field, get their recognition. No, yeah, whatever the word is. I'm sorry. Yes, sometimes I stutter. Sometimes I can't pronounce words, so I'm sorry. But that's just who I am. So please forgive me. But, players run out onto the field. They get their name called. Celebrate the fact that they made it to this point. And in the season, we weren't the best, to say the least. So we weren't going anywhere. We weren't in the playoffs. So everything was leading up to this moment. Tensions were high. We were like, this was our quote unquote, Super Bowl championship game. Whatever, however you put it. But, when they were calling the seniors out, I was the next person up. And I can remember swiftly or very briefly that, I wasn't able to enjoy the moment. And I never told anybody this, but running out onto the field, I was so overcome with emotions because, I never wanted it to end, because football played such a key part in my life. It helped me build friends, relationships, and, help me lose weight. And, I can't stress this enough. I know football is a dangerous sport, but it provides an outlet just for someone to be themselves, learn key things in life, and just help them, stay fit. I wish I still played, but I don't. Football is my passion. But, it was just the fact that I couldn't enjoy it because I was dealing with my demons, my anxiety, and my depression. I was just thinking about others and thinking about family members that couldn't be there. But, I really wish I could have been in the moment, enjoyed it, and just seen it as what it was. But it was about kickoff time. The stands were filled to the rafters. People were crowding around the fences trying to watch this game. And the surrounding houses by the football stadium, you could see people sitting out on their lawns, in their lawn chairs, trying to watch the game too. When I tell you this game means a lot to our city, it means a lot to our city. We don't like the neighboring city that this is against, but we always win. And, leading up to that game, we were on like I think like 19 game winning streak, so this is going to be 20. So we're like, we're going to make this 20, I think. If I remember correctly. I'm sorry. But, tensions were building up. It was about kickoff time. The other team was receiving the ball. And, if I remember correctly, it was within like the first 2 minutes we were on defense. The team was, I think, running the ball up the middle. And one of our friends was on defense in this group of buddies that I have. And next thing we knew, the play was over. The play was dead. the whistle blew, and next thing we knew, our buddy lifted his leg and stomped on an opposing player with his cleat, and I think on his arm or his leg. And, just like Ndamukong Suh had done when he was on the Detroit Lions. Like, we were like, oh my god, what did he do? Like, we were just like in shock and in disbelief that this happened. And he was immediately served with an ejection from the game. And, we do love him, but we always harp on him for this. But, like he immediately had to leave the game. He went to the locker room, and, time had passed. And not just a minute, but, like, it seemed like forever, because no one seen him. No one knew where he was. And, my friends were telling me this story. I couldn't really remember, but they were saying that even on the PA system, they had to call his name to make sure he came back to the stands or back to the field, because no one knew where he was. We were all worried about him. But it was just like being able to reminisce about these stories and being able to finally remember things felt amazing, because I'm the type of person that, I was dealing with a lot of demons, and, I tend to try to forget the bad things, and sometimes that doesn't help me remember the good things. So I struggle remembering good moments in life sometimes. And when I get told the stories, I'm like, that happened? Like, are you serious? You know what I mean? But, these group of friends I met with, mean the world to me. And, not to get emotional for a little bit, but the friend that I met that told me it was 4 years since we last told each other, he had got married this year, and due to COVID, they weren't really able to, him and his wife weren't really able to have a full wedding party, really able to have people at their wedding, enjoy the moment and whatnot. But I just wanted to thank them again, because the day after I had reached out to them, and it was such an overwhelming feeling. I'm sorry about that interruption there, guys. There's a little audio interference, so I had to take a quick pause and deal with that. But as I was saying, it was just a very overwhelming feeling just to finally be able to spend time together, get together, chat with people, chat with really good friends. And as I said, I reached out to them the day after and thanked them just for finally allowing me or letting me be myself, feel like myself again. Because I feel like everybody can attest to this when I say it. 2020 has caused us to, lose track of who we are. And, we're all craving for the day we can all get together again, converse, chat, and catch up, because, our system just needs it. Human interaction and just being able to, let people know how you're feeling, get a feel of how others are feeling. It's just a great feeling. So I can't thank you guys enough again. And now I'd like to send you guys to a very special place I would like to call the Bills Backer Corner. And welcome back to the Bills Backer Corner. Anyways, guys, to give you a quick Week 3 recap, the Bills beat the Rams 35-32. They gave up a lead just like the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. Even though it was a nail-biter, the Bills still came out with that W, baby. I'm still 0-3. No, not 0-3. 3-0 in my predictions, baby. My recap of the game is that Josh Allen looks incredible. He's playing like a top 5 quarterback in the league right now. And for those of you who don't think so, you're lying to yourself. But anyways, week 4, the Bills play the Las Vegas, not Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders. In Las Vegas, the game has a start time of 4:25. My prediction is that the Bills take that W, of course. We're going to go 4-0, but I feel like the Bills are going to get off to a slow start this game. But they're going to work their way back and beat the Raiders 24-21. I feel like Josh Allen continues his hot streak and plays lights out once again, throwing for over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. It just came out that both of Las Vegas's starting wide receivers are going to be out for the game. So, I believe the Bills' biggest issue facing them this week is Las Vegas running back Josh Jacobs. He's a dual threat running back who can run and catch out of the backfield. So the Bills have a tough task ahead of them, but I still feel like the key to the game is getting to the quarterback. We have to create pressure off the edges and in the middle to not give him the time to be able to read his options, make throws, nickel and dime us down the field. But I still feel like the Bills are going to get the win. The Raiders are coached by a coach who I refuse to name, a coach who thought Nathan Peterman was going to be a star in the NFL. Let me repeat that. A coach who thought Nathan Peterman was going to be a star in the NFL. Let that sink in. Has it sunk in yet? He's not a star in the NFL. And somehow he's still on the Las Vegas team. Doesn't make sense. But anyways, the Bills are going to continue their hot streak, go 4-0, and beat the Las Vegas Raiders. We're going to the Super Bowl, damn it. Actually, it's only week 4. I can't say that, but that's the thought in Buffalo right now. The Bills are going to the Super Bowl. But anyways, we'll send you guys back to Coffee with Cheese. Take it away, guys. Thank you, Bills Backers Corner, for that lovely prediction. But anyways, guys, I'd just like to thank you again for joining me for this week's episode. It meant a lot to me just to be able to, again, get this out and just tell you guys, have this be a more lighthearted episode than recent episodes have been. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed my little story time. I hope it made sense. And, I hope the microphone has improved the audio. I hope it is an easier listen. I hope the audio is more clear and delivers a better overall product. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you enjoy the predictions. And just remember, the coffee is always on and new friends are always welcomed. I love you guys. We'll see you next weekend. Take it easy. Peace.